In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you how much fat you need to eat to support your weight loss, health, and performance goals. If you're wondering how much fat should I eat to lose weight and be healthy, then you've probably encountered conflicting advice online. And the reality is there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but there is a way to make an informed decision. The frustrating reality is that much of what you read online is what I like to call truthiness. It feels real because well-meaning people often spread misinformation after learning a little about a topic, gaining confidence, and forming clear-cut dogmatic views. This is a classic example of the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias where people overestimate their understanding of complex subjects. If you ask someone, how much fat should I eat? And if they reply, it depends, that feels less reassuring than hearing a solid answer. For example, 25% of your calories should come from fat. But the truth is, health and nutrition are rarely so simple. Many sources base their recommendations on beliefs, not facts, often driven by personal biases rather than scientific evidence. Let's navigate the minefield of nutrition advice. The world of health and nutrition is complex. That's why today I'll objectively explore the role of dietary fat, providing you with tools to decide how much fat you need to eat to lose weight, improve your health, and perform well in different areas of your life. It's important to remember that fat is just one part of the equation. When asking how much fat you should eat, it's equally vital to consider the intake of other macronutrients like protein and carbohydrates and overall calories. So let's start with the question, which everyone has an opinion about, which is fat good for you? Our understanding of fats has evolved significantly. Recent research confirms that healthy fats are a central part of a balanced diet, supporting everything from weight loss to optimal body function. Studies consistently show that unsaturated fats found in foods like olive oils, nuts, and seeds can benefit heart health, reduce inflammation, and support overall well-being. Yet, despite this progress, fat remains the most misunderstood macronutrient. Years of marketing low-fat products and diets have left many people associating fats with weight gain and fear. But today, evidence strongly supports the inclusion of fats in a healthy diet. To truly benefit, it's crucial to understand the types of fats, their functions, and how they fit into your nutrition plan. So let's understand the basics of fats. Fats, or lipids, include a wide variety of water-insoluble chemicals that are essential for bodily functions. They provide a concentrated source of energy, with 1 gram of fat yielding approximately 9 calories. That's more than double that of protein and carbohydrates. This makes fat an efficient energy source that plays a key role in hormone production, nutrient absorption, and protecting vital organs. So there are different types of dietary fats. Not all fats are created equal. So we need to talk about the different types of fats and how they impact your body. The most common type of fat in your diet is triglycerides, and they are the primary energy source from dietary lipids. Next up, we have glycerol. This is part of the triglyceride structure. This molecule can be used by the liver to produce glucose through gluconeogenesis. And next, we have fatty acids. These are categorized into 3 main types: saturated, monounsaturated, and polyunsaturated, each with distinct molecular structures and health effects. So let's delve deeper into the types of fats, their benefits, and how you can strategically include them in your diet. Understanding the different types of fats, saturated, monounsaturated, and polyunsaturated, is key to making informed dietary choices. Each type of fat has unique properties that affect our health, our weight loss goals, and even our performance. This is the heat-stable option. Saturated fats are lipids made up of triglycerides containing only saturated fatty acids. In simple terms, all carbon atoms in fat molecules are saturated with hydrogen, making them stable and less likely to become harmful free radicals when exposed to heat, light, or oxygen. This is why saturated fats like grass-fed butter or coconut oil are often recommended for cooking. Examples of saturated fat include butter, as I just mentioned. This is rich in palmitic and stearic acids. We've also got coconut oil, which is high in lauric acid, which has been linked to potential health benefits. Saturated fats are not created equal. They appear in different proportions across various foods. For instance, the fats in dairy and topical oils have distinct fatty acid profiles compared to those found in meat and nuts. So we've got to use saturated fats wisely. While cooking with stable fats like butter and coconut oil can be beneficial, it's essential to consume them in moderation within a balanced diet. So let's move on to monounsaturated fats. This can be considered the heart healthy choice. Monounsaturated fats are triglycerides that contain a single carbon double bond in the fatty acid chain. This unique structure allows them to remain liquid at room temperature, but turn them into solid or semi-solid when chilled. Think of olive oil turning slightly cloudy in the fridge. That is a monounsaturated fat in action. So there are benefits to monounsaturated fats. They support heart health by improving cholesterol levels. They provide antioxidants that reduce inflammation and support overall health. So common sources include olive oil, avocados, nuts, for example, almonds and cashew nuts, seeds, for example, pumpkin and sesame seeds. We can incorporate more monounsaturated fats into our diet by drizzling olive oil onto salads, snacking on a handful of almonds, or adding avocado to your meals for a boost of the heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. So polyunsaturated fats are important to talk about as well. These are also essential for health. Polyunsaturated fats contain more than one double bond in their molecular structure, making them less stable than saturated fats, but crucial for health. These fats are typically liquid at room temperature and are divided into two essential fatty acid groups, omega-3s and omega-6. Omega-3s, which are linoleic acids, for example, found in fatty fish, flax seeds, chia seeds. Omega-3s are known for their anti-inflammatory properties and heart health benefits. Omega-6s, which are linoleic acids, present themselves in vegetable oils like sunflower or soybean oil. These fats support brain function and normal growth, but should be balanced with omega-3 intake to avoid inflammation. So how to get polyunsaturated fats in your diet? Methods include eating fatty fish like salmon or mackerel. You can add it to your weekly menu. Sprinkling chia seeds or flax seeds on your breakfast or salads is also a good way. But what's really important to know is that balance is key. While polyunsaturated fats are essential, it's crucial to balance omega-3s and omega-6s to optimize your health and reduce inflammation. Each type of fat has its role in supporting your health and weight loss efforts. Understanding how to balance these fats can help you create a diet that supports your goals without feeling restrictive. If you are struggling to find the right balance of fats in your diet, I do offer personalized guidance tailored to your unique needs and goals, so please feel free to get in touch. So you're probably wondering what foods are high in fats. So please check the link in the description to the full article that includes a table that breaks down the fat compositions of various high-fat foods, highlighting their saturated, monounsaturated, and polyunsaturated fat content. A question that I get asked a lot is whether hydrogenated vegetable oils and trans fats are harmful as well. So hydrogenated fats, while chemically unsaturated, act like saturated fats in the body. By adding hydrogen, manufacturers turn these oils to be solid at room temperature, creating fats that are more stable but potentially harmful. Unlike natural saturated fats, hydrogenated fats can disrupt normal cell function, replacing healthy fats in cell membranes and triggering inflammation. This is linked to increased risks in heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and certain cancers. Not to mention, these fats can lower good cholesterol and spike the bad, so avoid them whenever possible. I commonly get asked about cholesterol as well. So is cholesterol really bad for you? Cholesterol often gets a bad rap, but it's crucial for hormone regulation and cell function. The body can make all the cholesterol it needs, so it isn't essential to get it from your diet. The relationship between dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol is complex, and we'll dive deeper into this in a different article or video. But suffice to say, not all cholesterol is bad, and it's about balance and context. So, eating the right amount is also important. Fat is an energy source. Fat is the most energy-dense macronutrient, as I mentioned previously, providing a great fuel reserve. The body stores excess energy as fat, which can easily be accessed when needed. Fat is essential for cell membranes as well. The outer walls of cells contain phospholipids, a type of fat critical for maintaining cell integrity and function. Fat also insulates the body. So fat helps keep you warm and protects vital organs by providing cushioning. Fat is an appetite suppressant as well. Eating fat keeps you fuller for longer, making it easier to control overall intake compared to high-carb diets. This is why it's often recommended in balanced nutrition plans. Fat's also very underrated because it actually manages inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish are potent anti-inflammatories. They're known to support heart health, brain function, and even enhance athletic performance by reducing muscle breakdown and joint pain. Fat also supports hormonal health. Healthy fats can boost good cholesterol and improve overall heart health, counteracting outdated views that all fats raise bad cholesterol. Fat is also high in micronutrients. Fat-rich foods often contain the vitamins A, D, E, and K. These nutrients are hard to get in low-fat diets. Plus, fats aid in absorbing these essential vitamins, making them crucial for overall well-being. So let's talk about fat metabolism. When you eat fats, they're broken down into short, medium, and long-chain fatty acids, each with unique roles. These are quick energy sources and easily absorbed and don't require bile salts. Butter is a prime example. Medium-chain fatty acids are found in coconut oil. They're rapidly absorbed and used for energy, often without being stored as fat. And long-chain fatty acids are common in beef and chocolate. These fats offer numerous health benefits when consumed in moderation. Very long-chain fatty acids are found in unsaturated sources like vegetable oils and nuts. These fats include EPA and DHA. They're very beneficial for heart and brain health. So how much fat do you need? Optimal fat intake varies based on age, gender, body composition, activity levels, health status. However, a balanced approach might include the following. 25% to 30% of daily calories from healthy fats would be a good starting point for most people. And a breakdown might look like 30% from monounsaturated fats, 30% from polyunsaturated fats, and 30% from saturated fats. However, avoid trans fats altogether. Fat intake for weight loss is also a consideration. So if weight loss is your goal, it's key to manage fat intake carefully, focusing on quality rather than cutting fat. Diets higher in fat but lower in carbohydrates have shown to be effective for weight loss, especially when unsaturated fats are prioritized. Be wary of high saturated fat options like streaky bacon and fatty red meats on keto style plans, though, for example. So, how much fat should I eat to be healthy? So, health focused fat intake should be about quality and balance. Despite past narratives pushing low fat diets, many people thrive on higher fat, lower carb approaches, particularly those with metabolic conditions. Benefits of this approach include improved blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure markers. So, just to recap, fats are crucial for energy, cell function, and overall health. Understanding how different fats can work in the body can help you make informed dietary choices, whether you're aiming for better health, weight loss, or improved athletic performance. So circling back to the original question of how much fat should I eat in order to be healthy, Using the Precision Nutrition hand portion guide is really very helpful. This guide makes portion control very simple and intuitive. So in a nutshell, aim for 1 to 2 thumbs of fat-dense foods like avocado, olive oil, or nuts with each meal. This is based on those who eat 3 meals per day. So adjust it as needed for your own eating habits. Adjust your portions based on hunger levels and activity, ensuring you hit your energy and your health goals. A key component of what makes good nutrition is whether it promotes health. This is really important to remember. With this in mind, many of my clients focus on eating the right amount of fat for health, and this in turn leads to looking and feeling better as they improve health and their performance. Aside from body composition, for most people that's losing weight, there has also been a narrative perpetuated that we need to avoid dietary fat as it may be linked to cardiovascular disease by raising bad cholesterol in the blood. This further led to increases in adoptions of low-fat, high-carbohydrate diets, despite emerging research consistently contending these ideas. The hard, inconvenient truth is that different people thrive following different approaches, and one is not the be-all and end-all. In fact, many individuals enjoy and thrive when following a lower carbohydrate, higher fat diet, once fat intake is not necessarily high from all whole food sources. A lower carbohydrate diet can provide many benefits from the following groups of overweight or obese people, type 2 diabetics, those with metabolic syndrome. From a health perspective, here's what I see from higher fat, low carbohydrate diet. Blood sugar and insulin sensitivity improvements. Triglycerides tend to go down as long as fat sources are healthy. Small, dense, or bad cholesterol goes down. HDL, or good cholesterol, goes up, and blood pressure improves significantly. Optimal fat intake for weight loss, health, and performance. You should now understand the importance of fat in the human diet, how it's metabolized, how to measure quality, assess daily intake for various populations, for example, your different stages of life or your health, performance, and body composition goals, and compare the different types of fat and debunk some of the myths that surround it. Practical implementation strategies for fat intake, portion control using precision nutrition hand sizes that I mentioned. Don't forget 1 to 2 thumbs of fat per meal. Aim to include 1 to 2 thumb-sized portions of fat-dense foods with each meal. For most people, this works really well, based on 3 meals per day. But obviously, need to edit this based on your lifestyle. This is a very simple way to ensure you're getting enough healthy fats without going overboard. An example could include a thumb of olive oil for cooking, a small handful of nuts, or half an avocado for each meal. Choosing quality fat sources, it's important to focus on unsaturated fats from whole food sources like olive oil, nuts, seeds, and oily fish. Limit intake of processed and hydrogenated fats to minimize health risks. It's also important to monitor and adjust your intake based on the outcome. So track how different fat sources make you feel. If you notice digestive issues or feel sluggish, adjust your fat intake accordingly. For weight loss, maintain a calorie deficit, but prioritize healthy fat sources for satiety and energy, and, as I mentioned previously, vitamin intake or nutrient density. How the hand-sized portion guide and the thumb portions of fats translates into real life. Each thumb-sized portion represents approximately 10 to 15 grams of fat, depending on your hand size. Using your thumb is an easy visual guide to help you get the right amount of fat without weighing or measuring every bite. It's very, very convenient. So consistency is the key, and aim for consistency across meals to balance energy intake and support your health goals. I'd love to help you further, and if you're ready to start applying these principles into your own nutrition, then join me with 14 days of free coaching. Tap the link around this video, and if you are ready to make a change, then you'd be very welcome to join me.